Sorry about that, guys. I had to I had to go help out in the house. There's some personal issues going on in the house I don't want to talk about. And I had to go help out in the house. Obviously. So now I'll continue my babbling on. I'm only gonna read 2.5 pages of Lord of the Rings today, so I can babble on for a long time today. But when I have about 15 minutes left, I'll read the remaining of Lord of the Rings. I only have 2.5 pages left to read, and I'm done, obviously. So yeah, what I said before, the Ivan and VJ that you're seeing now, world, this is the veiled version of themselves. So the VJ you see on social media, you know what I'm saying? The VJ you see in Hollywood, yeah, she's pretty, she's beautiful, obviously, she's very attractive. You know what I'm saying? She's very beautiful, you know what I'm saying? It's very interesting watching VJ's videos in Hollywood. Not as interesting as my videos, obviously, because I'm white, obviously. But videos are very interesting to watch, you know what I'm saying? Don't hate me, VJ, you know what I'm saying? VJ's videos are very interesting to watch. You know what I'm saying? They're very, very interesting to watch, obviously. But the VJ who you're seeing now is a VJ who's not queen, and it's a VJ who's trash, man. You guys all know, you guys all seen VJ's sex videos now, her Hollywood porn videos. You know she's fucking trash, man. The VJ we're getting is a VJ who's fucking trash. She's fucking trash. The VJ who doesn't have what? Who doesn't have the glowing beauty. VJ who's not a multi-billionaire. VJ who's not queen. Hence, the whole thing is a setup, obviously. Whereas the Ivan we're getting is the Ivan who's poor. The Ivan we're getting is the Ivan who's not rich, the Ivan who's poor, who's a bum on YouTube. That's the Ivan we're getting when we're blind and very envious. Obviously. The Ivan who's very fat, the Ivan who doesn't have his full-grown beard, the Ivan who looks like a kid. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden when I and VJ are king, queen, our eyes are now open. I and VJ are multi-billionaires, they have the glowing beauty. Ivan lost the weight, he's skinny now, he has his full-grown beard. VJ has the glowing beauty. She's only going to get more fit, obviously, working out with me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That is what? That is the Ivan who you don't see live, and hence the whole thing is set up, obviously. When I and VJ are famous, the most famous people in the world are celebrities. King, queen, you know what I'm saying? Treading pictures online with a glowing beauty, glowing eyes, glowing skin. They're multi-billionaires, they're living the life, they own their own jet, they're 100 window with Condo. You know what I'm saying? They bought their own. They own their own big skyscraper film entertainment company. They're movie stars now with big budget movies. They're in big budget movies. These guys we don't see live anymore. Hence, it's very weird. Obviously, right? So yeah, when Ivan's a famous celebrity, he's a billionaire. We don't see that man anymore. We don't see him anymore. And when he was poor bum on YouTube, that's the Ivan we saw, man. Yeah, man. The whole thing is up. When Ivan's a famous billionaire, and he's king and he's now living a life, and he's a movie star. He's a billionaire now. That Ivan, who's famous and rich, we never saw. We don't see him live on his. You know what I'm saying? And you guys will feel left out and bad. It's a horrific feeling, obviously. That's why I set the whole thing up, obviously. As once I'm king, I'm not even going to think about the Sabros channel. Once I'm king, I'm totally going to forget about my old life. All the people in my life, I'm going to totally forget about too. Because now I'm living a life, and I'm feeling on top of the world, man. Hence why all the celebrities in Hollywood are really gonna feel like shit. Because all the celebrities in Hollywood who knew VJ, obviously, they're all gonna feel like shit. Oh my god, look at VJ now. She's a queen. She's a famous billionaire. She owns her own film and entertainment company, bigger than all these Hollywood companies that were working for her. You know, so all those celebrity women who put VJ down, oh, VJ's nothing. She has a shitty career. She's a survivor. She can't land her own in big movies. Now VJ owns her own skyscraper film entertainment company, bigger than all those Hollywood companies. And she's now paying those big woman actors her salary. And her script developer is the one who determines which ones gets casted for the role. VJ doesn't have to worry about auditions. She doesn't have to worry about what, about getting rejections, getting what, audition rejections from the producers. She doesn't have to worry about that, man. Because now she's queen. She's a boss. She's the lead for all the movies, pretty much. She's the fucking boss. VJ signed that big ass multi-billion-dollar deal with Amazon. Ivan and VJ are signing that big multi-billion-dollar deal with Amazon. VJ is now the boss. She's bigger than what? She's bigger than all those female big celebrities in Hollywood. Yeah, man. It's actually funny, I'm saying. And all the people who knew me in my life when I was young to a teenager, to adulthood, they're all gonna feel like shit too. Especially like the Darcy people, they're really, really gonna feel like shit, man. because the Darcy people all know me very well. All those guys and women are gonna feel like shit because they're all gonna remember this poor lost Ivan who went to Darcy. They're gonna remember Ivan. Yeah, Ivan got smashed in the face with Bruto. You know what I'm saying? Ivan was poor. Was a poor lost. He was poor. He was lost. You know what I'm saying? That was the Ivan what? That was the Ivan I remember that. And eventually Ivan woke up. He wrote an amazing novel. Because once these Darcy people read my book, they're gonna be wowed. Holy shit, Ivan wrote a masterpiece, obviously. All those teachers in my life are gonna be wowed. Even the teachers who taught me at school are gonna feel like shit. They're gonna, and once they all, especially the English teachers, all the English teachers are gonna be shocked. Once they read my book, they're gonna be like, "Holy shit, Ivan wrote this book? Man, I can never write a book like this. Ivan wrote a book better than all these fantasy novels that I've read in my all these fantasy novels that came out. He wrote a better book than all those books. They're gonna be shocked with my story, obviously. That's right. Hence I'm gonna shut all those English teachers who put me down in my life. I'm gonna shut them all up for good. As once they read my book, as you can never write a fantasy novel that I wrote. Those teachers can never write a book like Last of Us. Can never write a fantasy novel like Last of Us. Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to be cocky, but I challenge any author out there in this world. I'm talking to you guys. I challenge any of you guys to write a better fantasy novel than Last of Us. You can't. You can't write a better book than a better fantasy novel. Remember, I'm talking about fantasy here. There's different genres. I challenge any author out there to write a better fantasy novel to accomplish the task of writing a better fantasy novel than Last of Us. You cannot accomplish it. You cannot accomplish it. You cannot. As Last of Us is an unbeatable book. It is what? It is what? It is a billion-dollar story, and it is a story that no fantasy author can touch. It's a book that no fantasy book can beat, man. Because it's that good of a fucking book, man. I wrote a masterpiece. In other words, my book is so good that once you read it, it's finally gonna dawn on you. You're gonna be like, especially all you Lord of the Rings fans, like all these Lord of the Rings nerds on Lord of the Rings Reddit who love Lord of the Rings. Once they read my book, they're all gonna become crazy Last of Us fans, obviously. And they're all gonna be like, yeah, man, Ivan's book Last of Us I enjoyed more than Lord of the Rings. It's a better book than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings has better world building, but Ivan wrote a better story than J.R.R. Tolkien. And all these fantasy nerds on Fantasy Reddit, Lord of the Rings Reddit, right? Once they read my book, it's finally going to dawn on them, oh my god. It's finally going to dawn on them, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? It's finally going to dawn on them, oh my god. After reading this book, I can't see any fantasy novel topping this story. I can't see any fantasy book, I can't see any other author coming up with a better story than this, because the story's so good. I can't see any other story topping this kind of story, man. Because the story's that good, man. I'm not kidding around. Look, man. You guys already saw my videos. I gave an in-depth study about Last of Us, my Last of Us book. You guys already know how amazing of a book I wrote, obviously. But I'm telling you right now, once you read my book, you're gonna be shocked. You're gonna be blown away by the plot, especially when you read Volume 3. That's why Volume 3 is my favorite. Volume 3 is hands down my favorite, obviously. Volume 2 is close, but Volume 3 is my favorite, obviously. But I'm telling you now, once you read my book, you're going to be like, holy shit, man. I can't see any story topping this story. I can't see any fantasy book. I'm talking about fantasy here. I can't see any fantasy novel topping this story. As this story is so good, it even tops Lord of the Rings. I can't see any fantasy novel topping this story. That's how good my book is, obviously. And Victoria Justice, when I meet her in Los Angeles, she would have already read my book, obviously. There's a good chance she'll probably buy the ebook. I don't know. She might buy the print. I don't know if VJ will buy the print. The problem with buying print, you have to wait. You have to wait. There's a good chance VJ might just buy the ebook. There's a good chance VJ will buy the ebook because I'm telling you now, once I release my book for purchase on Lulu, you're looking at something fucking crazy. The Lulu company, the print press, the Lulu company the Lulu company employees are gonna be hard at work, man. Hard at work with the print. Hence, there's a lot of print that might run out of stock. Hence, they're going to have to order print. That's why most of the world is going to order the ebook, obviously. Because they don't have to worry. Because the world knows that once I release my book for purchase on Lulu for ebook and print, they know there's most likely going to be delays for the print. They're going to have to wait a good week or so for the print. Some people don't want to wait that long. Hence why most people are just going to buy the ebook. I'll just buy the ebook and I can just download the PDF and read it on my laptop. Yeah, man. Most people are going to buy my ebook, obviously. It's a good chance VJ will buy the ebook. I'm buying the print because I want to read my book in print, obviously. But there's a good chance I'll be the first one to order my book because the moment I release my book for purchase on Lulu, I'm going to be immediately I'm going to go on Lulu, I'm going to order right away. And I guarantee you a lot of people are going to do that. They're going to wait. Oh my God, Ivan's about to release his book. Some of the Lord of the Rings, some of the fantasy nerds are going to be on their desks because they want to get their book. They want to get their book in the mail fast, obviously. That's why a lot of people are going to order very quickly because they want to get their print in the mail fast, obviously. As if you order print, there's a good chance you might have some delays, man, because you're looking at the whole world ordering it, the whole English-speaking world ordering it. Hence why, I don't know, like 75% of the world is going to order the ebook, man. And I make more profit off ebook anyways. I get 70% off ebook, obviously. Whereas less people are going to order the print. Because for print, you have to wait. You have to wait what? You have to wait a week, 2 weeks to receive your book in the mail, obviously. But I'm personally going to get the print for myself because I want to have my own collection. I told you once I see VJ in Los Angeles, VJ would have already read my book. Obviously, she would have already read it. If you binge my book in 3 days, you can finish it. In 3 days, you can finish reading my book if you binge it. Depends how, but because my book is so amazing, you can easily binge one volume a day. You can binge half a volume or one volume in 1 day because the book is so fucking good, man. It's a book that when you read it, you're going to be hooked. You're going to constantly be turning the page, man. Because it's an amazing story, obviously. Again, I already gave you guys an in-depth study of my book. I explained everything you guys need to know about Zanes. I gave you an in-depth study about my book, my past videos. And you guys already know how amazing of a book I wrote, obviously. And VJ, when I meet in Los Angeles, she would have already read my book, obviously. So once I see her in Los Angeles, she cries, I cry, we hug, we kiss. You know what I'm saying? We stay at that nice suite in Los Angeles. VJ is gonna ask me, Ivan, how much money did you get paid? And I'm saying, yeah, my first paycheck was like $7 billion. VJ's like, holy shit, you got $7 billion. But yeah, by the way, Ivan, are you gonna share that? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna share with you. Know, Ivan, are you gonna share that? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna share with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she's a fucking Hollywood chick, obviously. Because there's a good chance she will be broke. Good chance VJ will be broke when I see her, obviously. She might not even have any money. She might have maybe a couple grand in her bank. How much money do you have, VJ? I don't know. I have 10 grand in my bank or something like that. She'll either have like 10, I don't know, 5, 10 grand in her bank, or she might have a couple $100,000 in her bank or something like that. My point is, she no longer has access to her money from what she made in Hollywood. And she has to rely on the money that I made for her, obviously. She's going to be, Ivan, are you going to share that? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to share with you, obviously, right? When we go to Vancouver, we'll register for our Canadian bank card and our visa. And the moment you register, you can now share the account with me. As I don't want VJ having her own separate account. No, we share the same account. That's the best way it's going to work, obviously. So we'll have a joint account. You know how married couples have a joint account? Me and VJ will have our own bank cards, but we have a joint account. We're sharing the same account. Hey, look, I want to create a joint account for me and my wife. We have different cards. We have our own cards, but we share the same account. We tell the bank that, and they create a joint account for you and your wife, obviously. As most married couples have joint accounts. Because me and my wife are married, we're gonna have a joint account, obviously. We're gonna share the same account. And once I meet her in Los Angeles, VJ is gonna be shocked. Like, oh my God, Ivan, I read your book. Your book was so amazing. You know what I'm saying? This is the best fantasy novel I've ever. I don't know if VJ reads fantasy. Oh my God, this is the best fantasy novel I've ever read in my life. She's gonna be shocked. Like, Ivan, you wrote this? I'm like, yeah, man, I fucking wrote. No, Ivan, are you lying to me? I'm saying, are you sure you didn't have any help? You know what I'm saying? Like this is such an amazing story. Are you sure you didn't have any help when you wrote this? I'm like, no, VJ, I wrote this myself. I wrote this book. So, oh my God, Ivan, this is oh my God, Ivan, this is the best fantasy novel ever written. This is such an amazing story. You know what I'm saying? Hence why VJ will be all for me starring Sky Source, because once VJ reads my book, she's also going to be shocked. She's never going to be the same. She's going to be shocked with my story, obviously. And she's going to be like, yeah, Ivan, I understand why you want to turn your book into a movie. If this was turned into a movie, you're looking at one of the best, if not the best story ever told. Hence why it's a dream of mine. Trust me, once you read my book, you'll finally see what I mean. Hence why it's a dream of mine to turn Zanus. Hence why it's a dream of mine to turn Zanus to the big screen. Obviously, it's a dream of mine to turn Zanus to the big screen. Obviously, it's a dream of mine to turn Zanus to the big screen. And hence why what my wife will help me so much and she'll appreciate me so much. I'm saying she'll appreciate me so much because of what I did for her. It's because of me you get to live this amazing life. You know what I'm saying? You're saved. You can see me now. You're the only one who gets to see the light, obviously. You won't, you know what I'm saying? You're the only one who gets to be saved and experience the buzz with Ivan. King Ivan, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Same time, you're rich and you're also free. You're just a lucky one, obviously. And trust me, once you will read my book, you will finally see what I mean. Oh my God! If I even turn this book into the big screen, you're looking at one of, if not the best fast story ever told in motion picture, man. You know what I'm saying? In motion picture. Yes, even better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Trust me, I wouldn't be this cocky if my book wasn't as good, man. If my book wasn't good, I would tell you straight up, hey man, my book is not as good as Lord of the Rings. But I'm telling you, I wrote a fucking masterpiece. You're looking at a story better than Lord of the Rings. And if you adapt this kind of story to the big screen, you're looking at a movie even better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. If you put a lot of money into it, you have to put a lot of money into it, and you have to write an amazing script. You have to write an amazing script. I told you, as long as I follow my book, you should get an amazing script because I wrote a masterpiece. Obviously, I told you I'll be adding a good chunk of details to scenes to make it more dramatic, make it more interesting. Obviously, I'm not going to follow everything word to word, but I'm going to follow like 70% of the story. As long as you follow the book, you will get an amazing screenplay. Obviously, you'll write an amazing screenplay. And you have to put a lot of money into it. If you put like $200 million towards Zanus, the movie will be okay, but it will not be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. As I told you, it's very tough to top a franchise like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a very tough franchise to beat, man. Because the movie is that amazing. It's a fucking masterpiece. You want to be able to beat a movie like that, a movie franchise like that, you need to put unheard amount of money into it. The only way Zanus can beat Lord of the Rings on motion picture is if you put a lot of money into it and you write an amazing screenplay. That's the only way, because you know what I'm saying? Because you have to hire, hence why you have to hire talented writers to help you write your scripts. You have to hire a good director if you want to direct your movie, like Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson, obviously. You know what I'm saying? The only way Zanus will be better than Lord of the Rings is if you put a lot of money into it and you and you write a good script, obviously, and you hire good Hollywood actors. Don't hire serious actors. No, you gotta hire good Hollywood actors. Good actors. That way you get good quality for your movie, obviously. That's why I'm only hiring Hollywood actors for my last Zanus movie. That way you get good quality for your movie. If you want to get good quality for your movie, you gotta hire top-notch Hollywood actors. That way you get amazing acting from them. You have to hire good crewmen, talented crewmen who worked in Hollywood. I only want crewmen who work in Hollywood. Serious crewmen are out. You have to hire a good team, a good dream team, obviously. Good special effects people to work for your company. You have to hire the best of the best, obviously. Good photographers for your ad shoots. Because the pictures and posters are a big deal too. You have to create good ad shoot pictures, feature on the website, nice posters, nice 4K Blu-ray case covers. You have to create good pictures like that, obviously. So I'm saying good graphic designers to add a picture, a nice website. Obviously. You want Last Hope of Zanus to be better. The only way Last Hope of Zanus will be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings is if you have Airtight beat the devil himself. You have to, you know what I'm saying? And you put unheard amount of money into it, like unheard technology, then the movie will be better. And to put the icing on, and the bonus is having me act in the movie. You have Ivan acting in the movie, it will be better than Lord of the Rings because Ivan in the movie makes the movie that much better, obviously. Even if I didn't act as a lead, the movie would, and you put a lot of money into it, the movie would still be fucking amazing. It would still be better than Lord of the Rings. But the fact that I'm acting it makes the movie even that better. It makes the story even more powerful. The fact that my wife is acting as Lithia, it makes the movie even better, obviously. That's me being in the movie is an added bonus. Hence why the movie will guarantee to be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Because I'm putting unhermione money into it. I'm going to write an amazing script, and I'm also going to be acting in the movie. Hence why the movie will be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, obviously. I don't mean to be cocky, I'm just saying, man. Last of Zanus, I guaranteed will be a better movie than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. I am going to shut my cat off here.